And we can see that people are not just adding adding AI to the LinkedIn profile, but we can see actually that they're adding it as skills to the LinkedIn profile. The AI talent on LinkedIn has grown with ninefold since 2016. So the beginning is unlock more time for other meaningful work by using generative AI, right? And if you haven't used it yet, or still in your journey, everybody's probably still on the journey, I would definitely recommend just to try it out. Try it maybe if you don't want to use it for work directly, try it for personal things, right? Like I mentioned, like try to plan your trip. Or the work, try to help you build narratives, or if you have a difficult discussion going on, maybe even a client, if you're in sales, for example, like try to help with the narrative, try to have a brainstorm as a coach, right?
Million members consume news and information on LinkedIn. There are 65 million decision makers who are engaging with. Think about this. Have you ever been in a situation where your boss or leader would have given you a task or a project to do? And guess what? You might not have the right skill to do that. You're like, oh, how do we get this right? How do we get this right?
The employees or the staff itself to use at least AI to do some checking in terms of email, in terms of preparing reports and so forth. And in fact, it's good that in CGC we have what we call.
Many people texted me when they know that I'm speaking. I told them, jangan tanya soalan susah, anything just be empathy. So anyway, actually there's employee branding is actually very important, because if you don't know the brand, how can you be enticed to even consider the brand?
Hiring has surpassed overall hiring with 20%, right? And this says like AI talent is actually way larger than the supply of this talent. So we have a problem, we have a gap. AI generated AI content, right? And we can see that it actually has doubled almost across APAC markets since 2022, November. It's changing the game for all of us. Right? It goes from jobs to skills. So let me share with you what I mean with this. Historically, companies define jobs as a bunch of titles, right? Manager, executive, associate. But smart companies nowadays define a job as a bunch of tasks and skills. In that way, you can look at a bunch of the tasks and see like which ones are the tasks that are going to be impacted or can be replicated by AI? And what are the skills? But we don't see any jobs disappear. What we see is that the focus will shift to more people-oriented skills. Right? And the thing is that the skills needed to succeed are expected to change with 65% by AI. We can see other roles. The other roles here are defined by operations, HR, sales, and marketing are picking up generative AI learning. If you look to the world of HR, specifically talent acquisition, we can see that 57% of an occupation. And then we can see what percentage of these core skills can be augmented or replicated by AI, impacted in some kind of way. Software engineer, around 96% of the skills could be replicated, right? In terms of coding, using ChatGPT, the different coding languages. Sometimes in terms of use of AI. The use cases with AI are actually limitless. Right? That is one, to make more time for you, other meaningful work. Secondly, people skills, as I mentioned, are becoming more critical, right, in the age of AI. Skills like leadership, communication, management were actually the top in demand skills in 2024. And lastly, AI at work is no longer a question, right? It's actually here already.
Attention to the presentations today, you will find bits and pieces of trivia that you can use to play a very exciting trivia game at the end of the day. Okay, I'm giving a tip. It's the Enterprise Business for Asia at LinkedIn Sales Solutions with 14 years of strategic sales experience.
Do you think I'm going to have a job in next 1 year? Or you think Gen AI will take over everything? Okay, or maybe next year I might have my Gen AI avatar, which might be doing keynotes in different places at the same time. Who knows? How do we help employees and members to upskill themselves, learn from each other so that they can really scale up their skills? On the other hand, how do we help organizations now to hire the right set of talent and skills that are needed in the market in future? What we're trying to do is we're building an intent-based engagement. No more cold callings, no more cold outreaches even from a talent perspective. How can you find the right buyer, the right talent, and the right skill that you need to be based on the intent rather than, guess what we are doing at LinkedIn? We're making it super simple. Like ChatGPT, you go there, click some button, say, hey, you know what, my boss has given me this project. I need some skills. Can you help me? And what it does is two things. Quickly, boom, gives you the right skills or content that can quickly help you get up to speed with that skill, but also tells you that if there is someone in your team who already has that skill. Attraction, CPCs, we use all these amazing words. But what we are doing right now is we're moving away from going to everyone. What we're trying to do is, can we help you using generative AI find the right audience through all the intent signal that we see on LinkedIn, where buyers are trying to find the right solution and attack them first, get category intent. What this would tell you is that if a potential buyer is showing a high brand affinity towards your company and also the category that they want to buy, think about it, they're buying cloud services, cybersecurity, IoT, think about those. So when you marry these two information, what now at LinkedIn you can get through Sales Navigator and Marketing Insights is that right fit customer who's showing higher buyer category and the higher buyer intent for you to go as sellers in the conversation with them. And also, how can you measure some of these activities both from a higher learn, sell and market at a constant basis, at a team level, at an engagement level. So what we are doing is investing big time on is our dashboards. Multiple views that we can give. So here you see an example of a seller dashboard, but think about it from a hiring, marketing, or even from a learning perspective. We are consistently upgrading our systems so that we can give you the right visibility and right amount of data of how your teams are progressing, how you as individuals are progressing, so that you can measure your success.
Will all of you like to watch it from the start again? Yes? Okay, let's do it from the top. Down into who they are. So starting with Inchik Nazrao, he has over 30 years of experience in human resource strategies across financial services and other corporate settings. Today, he leads Credit Guarantee Corporation Malaysia as its CHRO, where he has also won awards such as the People Leader of the Year Award. Next up, we have Jason Tan, and he has done work for companies such as P&G, Dutch Lady, J&J, just to name a few. Jason has built a track record in hybrid marketing and technology. And in addition to leading high-performing digital advertising teams, he also drives marketing innovation and data-driven approaches. That's right, right? And of course, we have Lisa as well. She is an experienced HR professional with over 2 decades of experience, specializing in talent acquisition, development, and management. In her current role at CIMB, she led her team to win several awards, including LinkedIn Best Employer Brand and Best Talent Acquisition Award. So those are our very accomplished panelists, Encik Nazrao, Jason, and Lisa. Because you're the closest to me right now.
But first of all, thank you LinkedIn, not just for inviting me to be part of this, also not making me sit on the high chair, because usually I get very nervous when you...
It's like that
yeah,
bar
like
stool.
the bar stool.
Yes.
So I was quite nervous because I had to take some photo shoot outside and I had to sit on that. You know what? This is a fun-size people problem lah.
Fun size.
So that your legs start dangling and things like that. So
Sorry, just a
anyway,
moment, I need to cut in. Who identifies with that? Fun-sized people.
fun-size people, fun-size people, right?
Yes,
We are
okay.
all fun-size people.
Alright, okay. Please
Okay,
continue.
alright, so we're a bank, you know, CMB is a bank. So of course, AI, more from I want to position it more from a broader perspective, then how that trickles down to HR. So when it comes to serving our customer, there are two segments. One is what we call digital native, where people like my kids. So they grow up with technology, and of course another one would be people like me, what we call digital migrant. So because of that, when we use AI, we need to really be sensitive in terms of the adaptation from our customer perspective. So
In the context of marketing, one is definitely, I think what Remko has mentioned, right? A lot of content automation is to increase productivity. I think reducing the grading man hours, especially when it comes to digital, there are so much of variations of ads that we're testing. And a generative AI allows us to generate things faster, automate it, and make things a lot more scalable for us as well, especially when it comes to personalization. And secondly would be creativity. It's not just making it faster and so on. I mean, Celcom DG has actually leveraged, we are one of the first brand that has leveraged AI to create a brand film for Malaysia AA last year. Pretty much getting the crowdsourced public to reimagine the future of Malaysia, send us their prompts, and we generate all this into the film itself, and it's truly inspiring.
Is it available on
Yeah.
YouTube?
Yes, yes.
Yeah?
It was
Okay.
last year that we have, when generative AI just started, we just go on it
Okay.
and immediately just launch a campaign on that.
Quick one, what do we search for?
Sorry?
If we want to watch it, what do we search for?
You can search Celcom DG Malaysia Day, and
Ah.
you'll be able to see that
Okay.
film itself.
Thanks for that.
AI. I mean, even the basic Word document, your PowerPoint, so on so forth is generated by AI because they have this predictive wording or so on and so forth. In terms of using AI, I think for my team, I always push them to use AI in terms of using for simple emails, that kind of thing. Because talking about bigger generative AI,
Hear from all three of you, very different experiences, I think all the way from the micro to macro levels, how AI is being used. I want to find out as well, I mean, now's a bigger question, okay? What is the future of AI in Malaysia, and how do you see businesses actually leveraging on this technology? Anyone wants to go first? Maybe Jason, I see you smiling.
Sorry, your question is what's the future of
AI in Malaysia, what do you
In
think?
Malaysia.
Yeah, for businesses?
Yeah.
And how do you think they can leverage it?
I think in the context of marketing, I think if businesses, definitely, I mean, if you, like what, again, quoting what Remko has mentioned, really, I totally align with what you're mentioning. When it comes to AI, we have to, people always see it as a threat, and businesses will see it as something that's intimidating or like, shit, what am I supposed to do with that? I think one thing that they really need to do is embrace it and treat it. I see AI as a digital companion, as a new species of its own, and we really need to treat it as a digital companion. And
That sounds so much more reassuring, right?
yeah, because that increase the productivity and enhance the intelligence. So if business
the mission and all that. But if you look at it more from I have to speak and represent my profession as a HR practitioner. I think it's not so much. The future is going. The AI is going to come, and it's going to be more advanced as we speak. If you remember, ChatGPT was launched only somewhere in November 2022.
Yep.
And less than 6 months after that, less than 6 months after that is Gen AI. So it will come, but how fast are we reacting to this kind of technology changes? So from organization perspective, how fast can we train our people? How fast can we actually develop them? And from talent attraction perspective, how fast can we really be very appealing for us to attract this kind of talent?
And for most, in my experience in LinkedIn, I've utilized the hiring model, the learning model, and also the engagement survey model. So it's quite fun because when I was previously with MDEC, although we are a government agency previously, we have all the three models of LinkedIn in our system. And it's quite interesting when I mean, apart from, I think everybody knows LinkedIn can be used for hiring, one part, and secondly for marketing, product, so on and so forth. And after that, we move into what we call learning, and we made it compulsory that people need to have at least certain hours of training via online, so on and so forth. So with the availability of LinkedIn, with the AI generating of the what we call the courses that we recommended, it cut off certain time for the employees to choose which are the courses that are suitable to them, because it's been recommended based on the algorithm they use. And it's quite interesting that after a while, then we decided to do some engagement survey. We wanted to see how I mean, it's a normal thing, and it's a surprise that when during that time LinkedIn told us that, hey, we also have engagement survey. Then we was, oh, okay, and comparatively, I don't know about now, but previously the cost was much more simple compared to other consultants. So and it was very simple, and the question is only a few compared to the 75 questions, 100 questions, and the question is few, and we can custom and tailor made our question. And the best part is the post survey, meaning that we can what we call monitor and review by each department divisions how they are going to act based on the survey result. So we
Fulfill this tree. The quality, we need people who can really do the job, hit the ground running. The speed, we need to get the people in fast. And we need to make sure that the cost is not, okay lah, for the lack of better words, is as cheap as possible lah. So this tree
It provides the opportunity for us to have that direct connection with our potential B2B clients and partners. We can do that in other platforms, but it's a lot more of using some signals or proxies, and it's sometimes a hit and miss for us. So hence, because when we have a very targeted audience, it allows us to have a better quality audience as well.
Or compared to a paper degree. Okay, Inchik Nazra, would you like to take this one? Or you want to take another one?
It's quite interesting. I think in terms of answering this question, I think everyone knows, everybody believes that education is important. So I bet most of the job seekers, the workforce have papers. So this question, I don't think that so and so or not, because I believe everyone has the paper regardless.
It's quite easy. Simply because I think our DNA and how one of our brand values is innovation, forward thinking, and we have the ambition to be the telco, and this comes naturally, cuts across when the many.
we still believe in human touch.
Okay, so to the people who asked that, phew. All right, let me just take a look. How do you integrate LinkedIn learning with your learning and development plan within your organization? And what skills do your team learn from the platform? Lisa, I think you can take this one.
I think first of all, the motivation to learn has to be there, because you can give all this platform, you can actually put it on a silver platter, but if you don't have the hunger to learn, then there's no point. So from CRT perspective, and even from personal perspective, I've been using LinkedIn Learning for quite some time. When the name was, I think previously the name was, Linda Linda, yeah. So and because it's maybe because it's bite-sized learning. So because I take MRT to work, so that keeps me entertained. Yeah, in a way. Yeah, I know, such a nerd, right? But yeah.
No, not nerdy at all. Very
Yeah.
very